prancing the twirling, the most beautiful woman in the world, massaging Laptos. Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Downtown Kato, Paphos. It's a truly, truly spectacular evening indeed. And of course, the most beautiful woman in the world has got something to say extra, extra special today.
Hello, everybody. How nice to see you again and again. Today, we're wishing a happy, very, very, very happy birthday to Miss Sharon Hicks, all the way from Cornwall, correct?
You got your tongue around it very well.
I managed. Miss Sharon, we wish you all the best on your special day. We hope that this day you will remember forever. We loving you and we are with you. We will celebrate your birthday today together with you. Never mind we're gonna be in another country, but we will say cheers to the health of Miss Sharon. We loving you. Let this day will be grateful for you from the bottom of our two hearts.
We are indeed, Miss Sharon. Happy, happy birthday to you, and we hope that Mr. Phil makes your day that little bit special today, and hopefully we've touched your heart. Hopefully we've cheered you up. We'd like you to come for a little bit of a walk with us in the back streets of downtown Kato, Paphos. Let's go and see what's going on.
You know, today is very beautiful day. It's so tranquil and calm, and there is no humidity that sometimes when we come out of the car and our glasses we becoming like blind.
This is true actually, yeah. The weather in downtown Paphos can be quite humid. We're in July if you follow the channel, and of course the temperature is starting to ramp up, and of course with it comes the humidity. In the day sometimes it can be literally unbearable, perhaps unless you come here and all you want to do is lounge by a pool on a sun lounger, perhaps if your name is Shady Tree, all the way in downtown Norfolk, and you've got a shady girl in your life called the Shady Lady, obviously, and perhaps you want to go and try an Indian meal or two.
Miss Sharon, when you come to another planet, means to Cyprus, we're gonna have a happy birthday of yours once again, but in another planet now.
We are indeed. Let's cross the road over here and let's get into the back streets of downtown Kato, Paphos. This is the road that comes from where the promenade meets the harbour, and if you keep going up here you've got the Elizi Collection shop. Now and again perhaps pop in there and say hello to Mr. Nicholas, because they do have that odd pair of shoes in there especially for you. Primarily it's a female's shop and there's lots and lots of things in there for you to buy, but of course there is the odd pair of blue shoes that one or two of you have spotted along with Mr. Paul, and you are thinking about popping in and buying a pair or two. Nicholas is in the background over there. You all right, Nicholas? Are you busy? He's a busy chap. You go and serve your customers, Nicholas. He's a busy chap, but if you want that special gift, the Elizi Collection could be that shop for you.
Oh my goodness, Mr. Paul.
Oh no, it's a diamond shop in downtown Paphos, and Elizi Collection has spotted something all shiny and all glittery.
Everything sparkles. I love everything is shiny. For example, that necklace over there.
I thought you'd like that necklace. It is quite a nice necklace actually. And I think most of it is Zubrits zirconians, I think. Elizi, what do you like?
That green one. Long.
You like the green one?
Not the square one, but
the long one with the diamante chain.
Yes.
There we go. So, if your name is Lord Jeremy or Lord Simon, look at that. Two shops back to back, and you haven't even got to the Paphos Mall. So don't forget, if you're booking yourself into the top floor in that development, your plastic friends and your cash are going to be destroyed and vanished, liquidated, even before you get to the Kato Paphos promenade.
Don't scare the boys.
Well, the idea is to scare the living daylights out of them, wasn't it? Because they're coming out in November, and they've threatened it once or twice, but they are going to take Elizi Collection shopping this time, that's for sure, because there's no escape. This time, you land in Paphos Airport, check into wherever you may be staying, and the following morning at 10 AM, make sure you've had your breakfast, because then you are in for an event that's going to take not only your breath away, but all of your spondulies away as well. A black S-Class Mercedes will arrive. You will be frog marched down the stairs greeted by the most beautiful woman in the world, Miss Elizi Collection, and then taking on a shopping fest.
Boys, don't be scared. I am all right. Don't worry, don't worry. I'm kinder than Mr. Paul. I'm not biting. By the way, that shop is got suitcases now. If you bought many things in the shops and you need a spare suitcase, always can come here.
It can indeed. This is the new Borsa Bella rather upmarket gift shop that's opened on the corner of the harbour roundabout. And Elizi Collection has found something else that she likes. There we are. That's like a travel hand luggage little case, and there's the matching wheelie one to go with it, and there's a few different colours as well.
It's very convenient, must be. It must be very convenient, and I like that hat, and I like that lady.
Let's have a look at her. There we are.
Cheese. I'm loving it.
Elizi Collection is fancying that hat, that top, and those pants, and a special diet collection, perhaps a one-to-one with our superstar all the way up in downtown Glasgow. Big shout out to you, Mr. Paul.
I forgot what we were talking about.
Well, you were mesmerised by all the hats. Hypnotised. She's been hypnotised, that's what she has. One of our superstars all the way over in Blighty, and of course that's Miss Heather. Well, she's a lady now. And of course there's a Sir Steve in her life, and she likes to do a little bit of the old hypnotherapy. Receiving. Oh my goodness. It's a nightmare around this area, isn't it? Look at that. This is Lady So Sweet Caroline's favourite shop.
I imagined that Miss Sweet Caroline will be looking beautiful in these slippers, especially with this summer manicure. Look at this.
Look at those spectacular nails that Elizi Collection has had done today. So that's the April shop, specialises in linen. So if you're into linen, that could be the shop for... Hold on a minute, we can't get away.
And honestly, they have it in different colours. They have it in this colour. They have it in green colour and in light blue.
Look at those, Elizi Collection. Have you seen those strange contraptions in the bottom? They're like crocs, aren't they? Spectacular shape. They're like a croc that people like to wander around in. I'm sure Elizi Collection is going to grab one and show it to you. There we are, love hearts.
I like this more.
I like that more. It's like a loved up flip-flop.
Yeah.
Matches your nails as well, by the way. Shall we keep going? Because people want to know what's going on in the back streets of downtown Kato.
I want to know what's going on in the shop.
Elizi Collection wants to know what's going in the shop.
And I'm sure that most of the ladies would like to know too.
Well, if your name is Miss Deborah O'Rourke, and of course you're going to check in to the Basilica Resort just over yonder very soon. As we featured the other day, the road was almost open, and now it is. I've driven down it the right way, and I've driven down it the wrong way, especially for you. So let's pop along and have a look what's going on at the Basilica Resort. Now you can drive and park up outside, unpack your suitcases and check into the Basilica Resort. And of course there's a restaurant or two with your name on it. That's a Vietnamese restaurant. And of course the Basilica Resort have got their own restaurant as well. Don't forget to pop in there and say hello to Mr. Oh, he's closed tonight. No, it's not. He's open. There we are. It's just the lights on the building next door are not on. But this is the Basilica Resort. The pavements, well, they need a little bit of attention, shall we say. But once it's done, we promise you, it's going to be a spectacular resort indeed. Many people come back here year after year. This is the Laptos Basilica Holiday Resort, and that is the main entrance. Tonight there's live music playing, and of course there's a little bit of food being presented to one or two of the guests. So if you want to get a spectacular evening today, that's the place to go. And by the way, you don't have to be checked in there as a resident. You can actually go in and pay to have a meal in there, quite reasonable, about €20 each. Of course, your drinks are on top. All you can eat, entertainment, and a spectacular view across the swimming pool.
You know, I would say this is a very good option for all the people who would like to have a lovely area around. This pool is amazing. At night it's full on lights, LED lights, and there's different theme nights every evening, and the music. They're gonna have a lovely service.
They are indeed. So that's the Basilica Resort. To give it its full title, the Laptos Basilica Resort. Right across the road to the best supermarket in downtown Kato, Paphos. It's called the Papa Antonio Supermarket. brand new takeaways opened on the end, and look at that, it's waiting especially for you. Inside raised seating areas and of course outside areas. All that needs to be done is the pavements and that final lick of the tarmacadam, and of course it will be a spectacular area indeed. And just over yonder, and I mean just over yonder, spitting distance, less than 50 yards, is the Kato Paphos promenade, and of course the blueness of the blue Mediterranean Sea. I think you know what I'm going to say. That sky, it's looking pretty blue. The sea, we promise you, is very, very blue, even turquoisey blue. And of course, Mr. Paul is dressed head to toe in blue. It's all that's actually missing, and she has. Look at that. Christine LeBouf is even wearing blue trousers. So all that's actually missing is...
It's you, of course, you. So get yourself in a big bird or a canoe and start paddling like crazy. That's because we all impatiently waiting just...
We are indeed. We're in the back streets of downtown Kato Paphos, and we're going for a little bit of a wiggle and a little bit of a waggle. And Christine LeBouf is wiggling and waggling her rear end, especially for you. Keep going, Christine LeBouf. Keep going. There's big diggering going on absolutely everywhere, isn't there?
Like that.
You want to go that way, do you?
We are risking to break one of our legs. Luckily, we've got 4 together.
4 between us, yes, we have indeed. There's a taxi driver going to do a turn round. He hasn't even noticed Elizi Collection because, of course, he's too busy thinking about his next fare. So please, please be careful. If you're in downtown Paphos walking around and you see a car, please give it respect, because it probably won't give you any at all. This is downtown Kato Paphos, and this is the reality of life. At the moment, most people are driving around and they're lost, and all they're thinking about is me, me, and me. Let's keep going. This is one of the shortcuts down to the promenade, by the way. It's the read of the Wiggle Waggle Street from the Harbour Promenade top end, shall we call it, and it starts off at T for 2, Wiggles and Waggles, and this is Chris Car Rental, and this is one of George's buggies, by the way. So if you're looking to go on a Jeep Safari buggy, there's a few people asked about it. George's Buggies is the one for you. Self-drive Safari from €130, and there's a lesser one down there at €120. So if you want to have a monkey around in one of these contraptions, well, that could be the guy for you. Come and see him. His name is George. He hangs out with a guy called Mr. Chris.
I think somebody's living up there, and there is...
Hold on, there's someone living up there. And there's the odd apartment or 2 for rent. Now, if you're into a bit of Stavros Flatley, if you remember those guys, look at that. There you go. There they are, prancing and doing their stuff. Well, as we know, the young man is now not so young, but now he's a barber or 2, and this is his barber, and he hangs out there waiting especially for you. Not much use to me, but there is the odd person that needs a trim or 2. If you're walking around this area, by the way, please be very, very careful indeed. There are a few different levels, and I'm going to try not to fall on my jupper, especially for you. Now, I'm going to say thanks for watching, and if you do like what you see, why not hit that like, click that subscribe, and perhaps keep coming back for that little bit more of our madness. And if you want to help us out and keep that channel afloat, make us go around streets, especially for you, why not consider to buy us a coffee or 2 on the Buy Me a Coffee platform. Many people do it all the time, and we thank them from the bottom of our 2 hearts. John Ricey, thank you very much for your kindness yet again. And of course, Phil and Sharon, we thank you from the bottom of our 2 hearts, and we wish Sharon a spectacality of a day, and we hope that you have a continuing spectacality of a day into the evening as well. Birthdays are a very, very special thing indeed, as are anniversaries, so you never know. If you come back that little bit later in the month, there could be another special mention, especially for you. Downtown Kato Paphos on a truly spectacular evening. If you want to see the promenade, don't forget to come back that little bit later. Thanks for watching.
And I would like to tell you many thanks. Many thanks for being with us. Only with the supporting of yours, we are here. Don't forget that we're loving you to bits and kissing you from the bottom of our 2 hearts.
Thanks for watching, and of course we'll see you again very, very soon indeed. You can also find us on YouTube, the platform itself, on the Super Thanks. Hunt us down. Next to the like, the dislike, we don't really mind. You can download shorts and download all other sorts of bits and bobs. And of course there is a Super Thanks button, a heart-shaped button with a $sign. Hit it once or twice, because remember, our superstar, the one and only greatest lawyer in the world, wants us to buy a super duper black Rolls Royce with a spectacality of a blue interior, especially to transport her and Mr. Bart and Mr. Thomas in and around downtown Kato Paphos. Paphos Promenade on a truly, truly spectacular evening indeed. And of course that's Ochin, Gracivia, Blabouf. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again very, very soon indeed.